Welcome back to another video. How's everybody doing? Today's video, I have no idea what I'm going to title this, but before the Philippines opens, I wanted to talk about a few things, because I know a lot of people have been on a dating site talking to girls that live out in the province, and they've never been out to the province, or they've never been to the Philippines, and they're planning on going to girlfriend's hometown, or a province village, or whatever it may be, and some unexpected things that you may want to expect, and some things you might want to prepare for. Number one, you're going to want to take you a good bug repellent. One thing to remember is a very short time ago, a lot of the Philippines was still jungle, and a lot of these areas where people live in that are up in the mountains and far out in the province are still a lot of jungle. So you're going to run into a lot of insects, very big insects, aggressive insects. So you're going to want to get you a good bug repellent, because the last thing you want to do is get bitten by a bug out there and then get sick, and it be something that your body's never seen before, or something that's difficult for you to get rid of, or you're far out there and it takes you a long time to get to a good hospital, or and you stay sick for a while and then it ruins your vacation. Because I don't know how long you're going to be there for, but you don't want something like that to ruin your vacation. Another thing is, you want to get you a good pair of shoes. You're going to want to get you some comfortables. You want them to be comfortable, stable, and a good pair that's not going to fall apart on you. Because there's not usually that much transportation out there in the provinces, unless you can fit on the back of one of those motorbikes. But usually you're going to do a lot of walking. And you're going to be walking in some areas that are not paved, roads that are not paved. Sidewalks, and it might be like trails and things like that. They're just not paved. So you're going to want to have you a good pair of shoes, because if your shoes break out there, I don't know what size your foot is, but it's not easy for people like me to find a pair of shoes in the Philippines. I wear 12, sometimes a 13. It's not easy for somebody like me to find a good pair of shoes, a pair of shoes at all, let alone a good pair of shoes in the Philippines. So you're going to want to get you a good pair of shoes before you get out there, so that you'll have you won't have to deal with that while you're there, because you don't want to be there and then searching around the entire country or a city or wherever you are looking for a pair of shoes because your shoes are torn up, or trying to order a pair and then waiting for forever and a day for them to get there. So make sure you get yourself a good pair of shoes. Another thing you're going to want is some good sunscreen. And I know what you're thinking. I'm black, I don't need sunscreen. I go in the sun all the time, I'm cool, I got melanin. It don't matter. That sun out there in a lot of those places is relentless. And it doesn't matter if you black, light skin black, blue black, black, it don't matter. You're going to need to get you some good sunscreen, because that sun out there is relentless. And with all that walking that you'll be doing in the province, you'll be in the sun a lot, and it will tear your behind up. It will tear you up. And you'll thank me for this one. Make sure you take yourself a good sunscreen out there to protect yourself from that sun, because it's a different kind of sun. It is not easy to deal with. I was the same way, and I got out there and got all fried and lobstered. It wasn't good. I got to peeling and all that stuff. It was bad. Well, not too bad, but you know what I mean. I got burned. So make sure you take you a good sunscreen out there. Another thing, make sure you take you some good underwear. I don't know how long you're going to be staying there, but underwear is hard to find. So underwear and t-shirts. Make sure you take you a good amount, a pair of good pairs of underwear, and a good amount of good t-shirts whenever you go out there. because underwear are hard to find and shirts are hard to find, and you're going to be doing a lot of moving around and a lot of sweating. So you're going to want to make sure that you have enough to be able to, shower and change into. And if something happens to them where you you wear a hole in them, or a stick, out there in the province, something off a tree or something grabs it and puts a hole in your t-shirt, that you have enough to change into, so that you're not worrying about trying to find that out there also. And on the sweat, make sure you have yourself a good sweat rag whenever you go there, because you're going to be doing a lot of sweating. If you're coming from a place, out here in the West where it's pretty dry, like right now I'm in California, it's a pretty dry state. People out here are used to heat, but they're used to the dry heat. The Philippines is very humid, and you're going to do a lot of sweating. So make sure that you have yourself a good sweat rag. All right? Make sure you have something to wipe your head off, to wipe your face off, and keep it off your neck, so that you're comfortable and you're not running around there with sweat just running off you, and you're using the arm of your shirt, you're using the bottom of your shirt. Just have yourself a sweat rag that you can keep, under a ball cap or in your back pocket or something like that. Another thing you're going to want to do is probably get yourself a hat with a brim on it to try and keep the sun out of your face and your eyes. If you don't want to do that, then make sure you get yourself a good pair of sunglasses. A good pair of sunglasses, not just any pair of sunglasses, because if you get yourself just any pair of sunglasses, you're going to end up buying multiple pairs when you could have bought one good pair and had that pair of sunglasses. Sometimes in this life, it is you get what you pay for. And if you get yourself a good pair of sunglasses that's not going to break, you're going to thank me later. All right? And, oh man, I had one more thing and I lost it. I need to start writing this stuff down. Hydrate, that was it. When you're out there, you're going to be doing a lot of sweating. I can't reiterate it enough. You're going to be doing a lot of sweating out there because it's a very humid environment, and you're going to want to drink a lot of water and replenish your fluids, because very easily you can get dehydrated out there, especially the people who like to go out and party and drink, and then you want to go out into outside the next day, and the sun is out there, and you just came from drinking the day before, or you still have the alcohol in your system and you're not drinking enough water and hydrating. Very quickly it can turn into a bad situation where you end up in the hospital or worse. So you want to make sure that when you're out there, you are drinking enough water to keep yourself healthy. Gotta hydrate. You have to drink enough water, because it happens. And it happens a lot more often than it should. It's very easy to forget to drink water whenever you come from a place where you're not doing as much activity usually, and you're not sweating as much, so you don't usually need to consume as much water. But whenever you get over there, you're more than likely you're going to be doing all of those things, and you're going to want to make sure that you drink enough water. All right? So, gonna make sure you get your bug repellent, because if you're going out into the province, even in the cities, it's sometimes it can be pretty bad. But if you're gonna be going out into the province, you're gonna make sure you want a bug repellent. You're gonna need that. Make sure that you get yourself a good pair of shoes, because if your shoes tear up out there, it's gonna be very difficult for you to find a good pair of shoes. Make sure that you have good underwear and t-shirts, because if they tear up, it's going to be difficult to get good pairs of those, and you're going to be doing a lot of moving around and sweating, and you're probably going to be showering and changing your clothes a lot. Make sure you get yourself a good sweat rag so that you can stay comfortable and keep the sweat from running down your head and down your face, and you can stay comfortable. Keep it under a ball cap, keep it in your back pocket, whatever that may be. Just make sure that you have yourself a good sweat rag while you're out there. Make sure you have yourself a good sunblock. Doesn't matter what color you are, the sun is relentless. Make sure that you have yourself a good sunblock when you go out there. You don't want to end up in a bad situation, and then it's hard for you to move around, hard for you to get around, because your skin is causing you a lot of pain. And make sure that you hydrate. You have to stay hydrated out there, because you're going to be doing activities that you're probably not used to doing, or probably doing a lot of more activities than you're accustomed to, and you're going to need to replenish your fluids and keep your body hydrated so that you don't end up in a situation where you're dehydrated, or you need to get into the hospital or get an IV or anything like that, and you're spending time doing that instead of enjoying your vacation. All right, so that's all I have for you today. All y'all remember to ask yourself, how you living?